pleasant good day. You know, it's hard to look at the news these days. Have you noticed? Floods and earthquakes, all kinds of things happening that are terrible. There were 2 earthquakes just recently in southeast Missouri. I have personally experienced a minor earthquake, and while it was over in, just a minute or so, with just a little shaking, quaking, and vibrating of everything around me, still, you know what? I felt uneasy because I didn't know how long it would last or how severe the earthquake would be. Perhaps you recall the tornado that leveled a candle factory in western Kentucky a few months ago. Those people came to work that Friday night. They went about their business and their job as they normally do. And nobody expected them to die that night in a 250 plus mile per hour wind of an EF4 tornado. A loved one is stricken with a stroke or a heart attack and dies. They were expecting to live that day. Their loved ones were expecting them to live. But all kinds of things happen in this world. Death happens. Tragedy happens in this sin-sick world. Recently, the island of Maui in Hawaii was devastated. One city in particular was completely destroyed by fire. No one can possibly imagine the hell those people went through running from that fire, some of them even jumping into the ocean to get away from the flames. And people were asking, where is God in all this? Yet God has not gone anywhere. The Bible says in Matthew 26 regarding the latter times, for nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in various places. All these are but the beginnings of birth pains. Any woman who has had a baby knows that when those birth pains come, it's not going to be too long before that baby comes out. Similarly, when you see famines and earthquakes and other events in nature happen, know that it's not going to be too long before this world, as you and I know it, comes to an end. Indeed, thank God that in Jesus Christ, the baby has come out. He was born to die on a cross that you and I might live. And from that cross, he cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me? So Jesus himself was asking, Father, where are you? If anyone knows what suffering is all about, Jesus certainly does. The prophet Isaiah has written centuries before Jesus was even born. He said concerning Christ, he was despised and rejected by men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And as one from whom men hide their faces, he was despised, and we esteemed him not. But he was wounded for our transgressions. He was crushed for our iniquities. Upon him the chastisement that brought us peace happened, and with his stripes we are healed. All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned every one to his own way. And the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. No wonder he was a man of sorrows. He had the sins of the whole world on him at one time on the cross. The writer of Hebrews has written, let us hold fast our confession, for we do not have a high priest who's unable to sympathize with our weaknesses, but one who in every respect has been tempted as we are, yet without sin. Let us then with confidence draw near to the throne of grace, that we may receive mercy and find grace to help in time of need. I have a sign on my desk. It's about 3 inches tall. That's right, 3 inches tall, but 3 feet in length. It goes across my entire desk in the basement of my home, and it says, I will cling to the old rugged cross. And every time I sit down at my desk, I get to look at that sign. When you undergo severe trials in your life, there is no place else you can go but to that old rugged cross for help and for hope and you will get it. The hymn writer has written, "So I'll cherish the old rugged cross. Till my trophies at last I lay down, I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown." Talk to you, God willing, next week.